In this lecture, as we continue to explore the value of differentiated learning, we're going to cover strategies and potential tools for teaching writing. You'll find many students hate writing. They think they're terrible. They feel their ideas are all jumbled up. Sometimes their cursive writing is impossible to read. Teachers can feel lost about what to do. All of these issues are potential barriers to learning how to write and the writing process. Writing is a complex process that involves the physical mechanics of manually creating text. It involves cognitive processes of transferring thoughts into phrases and sentences and then getting that information to the paper, what's in their head, through their hand and down on paper. Writing relies on cognitive and linguistic abilities. Writing involves organizing, creating, and composing written material. How can we reduce barriers to learning to write? On the slide, we have a sample of a child's writing. I have seen deaf students produce work like this too. Many deaf students struggle. Copying from the board does look like this. They truly struggle with the physical act of writing. You can try to work on improving their writing, but some students may never improve. Let's think about what are the barriers to writing. In this case, it's the form, how the ideas make their way to the paper, the physical act of writing each letter on the page. That's the form of the writing process. And some students do truly struggle to legibly print the individual letters of the alphabet. They struggle to follow the lines on the page. As you can see here, most of the lines drift down the page, so it can be tough for some students. Another part of the writing process is the function of what's being written, the purpose of the writing. You could be writing a shopping list. Maybe you need to write a memo. Writing an email would be different from writing a story or a report. All these examples have a different purpose. One wonders, for those students who struggle with the form of writing, whether they have any cognitive processing available to consider function. Obviously, the act of writing or printing requires manual motor skills. If the student has a motor function problem, that can affect writing. My daughter is a good example. She struggles with the act of writing. Her work is not very legible. She practiced to get better, but it's still a struggle for her. Sloppy writing does not mean someone is not smart. In your teaching practice, it is best to focus on function. The form should not be a significant focus of time and energy. To what end? For the students I worked with who struggled to write, I only insisted they learn to write their names. Like I said before, they will need to use that skill throughout their adulthood. Whether it's a mortgage, contract, or whether they needed their own unique signature, as well as to be able to print their names legibly. I made no demands beyond that for their cursive writing. So instead of putting them through exercises and demands that they try harder, let's consider some practical supports. Let's go over a few examples. Word processing programs are a fantastic tool. What did we do in the dark ages before word processing? For most of those students, they dropped out of school. They gave up. They couldn't connect the form and the function of writing. It was too overwhelming. They just stopped coming to school. Using word processing software during the writing process made a huge difference. There are 7 ways in which word processing supports writing. Number 1, the text is legible. The letters are clear, the words are clear, and the sentences are in straight lines. Number 2, word processing allows you options to publish the product in a variety of formats. It can be published on the internet, it can be distributed in an email, you can publish a book on Amazon. You can even publish as an app or forums and many other formats. These options give your writing even more purpose, so the author feels like it's worth their time to create the product. Number 3, revising in word processing programs is so easy. Cut, paste, move things around, so easy. I do remember when I was in university, it was the days before word processing. I would type up my assignments on a manual typewriter. Then, when I was in the revising stage, I would physically cut up the pages and rearrange the paragraphs, and then tape or glue them together in an order I thought was better. Then I would retype the whole thing. That was my process. Number 4, word processing allows you to work in the zone where the words can just flow out of you. You don't have to worry about errors or the look of the final product. You can compose while keyboarding and just let it flow onto the page. Number 5, word processing allows the integration of other apps that support the writing process, such as spelling, grammar, semantic mapping, and speech to text. Each of these tools can help with the big tasks required by writing processes. Number 6, word processing is so portable. Digital text is so easy to copy, share, and it's very secure. I was so glad when I finally got rid of paper after 9 years of struggling with the paper beast. No more copying and printing and reprinting. No more dealing with the rat's nest that was each student's desk. No more scavenger hunts looking for this sheet or that homework. All of that was out the door, and we were using Google Classroom. It was really a load off. Number 7, word processing supports writing because of its capability to link to other digital resources and materials. Their writing can include links to the internet, links to emails, links to other documents. Very powerful. The more we can reduce or eliminate barriers, the more students feel unencumbered and ready to learn.